The 2018 Mercedes-Benz E-Class Coupe. Recently unveiled for the 2017 model year, the fifth generation, W213 E-Class is only at the beginning of its long adventure on the luxury market but already creating big waves thanks to its stylish design, ultra-premium interior, and state-of-the-art technology. With the four-door and the wagon in dealerships as of late 2016, Mercedes-Benz is planning a full assault on the market in 2017 with both AMG prepped and a coupe version. The highly anticipated two-door made its debut in December 2016 ahead of its public outing at the Detroit Auto Show in January 2017. The fifth-generation model comes to replace the C207 E-Class, which was being sold since 2009. Launched with a couple of years before the current BMW 7 Series, the C207 wasn't doing particularly well on the market and a replacement was needed much sooner. However, a quick glance at the new E-Class Coupe and I can see why Mercedes-Benz took so long to redesign this car. Not only does it look far more modern, it also comes with state-of-the-art technology that no other Merc has received as of early 2017, not even the range-topping S-Class. With its clear, aesthetic lines, our new E-Class Coupe appeals equally to heart and mind. It condenses contemporary luxury, agile sportiness and high-tech engineering into an automotive personality with esprit, offering exclusive, refined driving pleasure, said Thomas Weber, member of the board of management of Daimler AG. Is the new E-Class Coupe as good as Mercedes-Benz describes it? Find out in my comprehensive review below. Continue reading to learn more about the 2018 Mercedes E-Class Coupe. Exterior. As expected and much like the previous generations, the coupe and the sedan share the same front end, including the LED headlamps and the massive grille. To make things simpler, aside from minor styling features, the E-Class Coupe looks like either a larger C-Class Coupe or a smaller S-Class Coupe. While I'm not particularly fond of the same sausage, different lengths strategy, I must say that the company's current design language works well on the midsize coupe. The story is pretty much the same around back, where the taillights are similar to those seen on both the coupe versions of the C-Class and S-Class. As expected and much like the previous generations, the coupe and the sedan share the same front end. However, when viewed from the sides, the E-Class Coupe stands out by means of different character lines below the glass house and above the side skirts, as well as a different quarter window. All told, it's sportier and more stylish than its predecessor, but it bears a closer resemblance to the other Mercedes-Benz coupes you can buy as of 2017. As far as brand new features go, the E-Class Coupe marks the global debut of a new lighting sequence for the LED taillamps. When the vehicle's doors are opened, the taillight LEDs illuminate successively from the center toward the sides. Unlocking the vehicle, the light sequence runs in the opposite direction. Both are additionally combined with an up and down dimming feature. This features basically welcomes and says goodbye to the driver similarly to the familiar welcome lighting signature of the blue optical fiber show in the front headlamps. It's not much, but at least the coupe comes with a unique highlight. Size-wise, the new E-Class Coupe is larger than its predecessor, which isn't surprising. Size-wise, the new E-Class Coupe is larger than its predecessor, which isn't surprising given that most all-new vehicles are longer and wider. With a length of 4,826 mm (190 inches) and a width of 1,860 mm (73.2 inches), the redesigned two-door is 127 mm (5 inches) longer and 74 mm (2.9 inches) wider. The new coupe is also 38 mm (1.5 inches) taller, while the track is 67 mm (2.6 inches) wider at the front and 68 mm wider to the rear. The latter also enhances the car's driving dynamics. Competing designs. While the E-Class Coupe is brand new and loaded with technology, the 6 Series is almost 6 years old. When Jaguar discontinued the XK in 2014, the midsize coupe niche remained a two-car affair between the E-Class and the BMW 6 Series. The Merc vs. Bimmer battle continues into the 2018 model year, but as of December 2016 it opposes two very different vehicles. While the E-Class Coupe is brand new and loaded with technology, the 6 Series is almost 6 years old. This is more than visible on the outside, with the Grand Tourer being one of the very few BMWs that have yet to be updated to the company's more recent design language. Although not necessarily dated, the current 6 Series feels old and lacks the elegance you can get with the redesigned E-Class Coupe. The 2015 model year facelift didn't do much to change that, so this is a rather unfair battle. Of all the niches BMW and Mercedes battle for supremacy in, this is by far the one with the most discrepancies. Naturally, this will change when the next generation 6 Series arrives, likely for the 2018 model year, but until then, the Bavarian Coupe is no match for the new E-Class. Interior. Aside from the smaller rear passenger compartment and the lowered roofline toward the back, the E-Class Coupe's interior is pretty much identical to the sedan, which took its design cues from the S-Class. The dashboard features a new instrument cluster with either analog dials and a 7-inch screen in between or a 12.3-inch display, depending on trim level. The former is paired with an 8.4-inch touchscreen for the infotainment system, while the latter comes with a larger, 12.3-inch unit. The E-Class Coupe's interior is pretty much identical to the sedan. The steering wheel with touch-sensitive buttons that debuted in the E-Class sedan also found its way into the coupe, as did the infotainment system's redesigned menus and functions. Highlights also include Linguatronic voice control, a command rotary dial, energy-saving LEDs for interior lighting, and an optional Burmester sound system with 23 speakers. Naturally, customers will be able to choose between an array of high-grade leathers and wood inserts. The command online includes smartphone integration, Apple's CarPlay and Google's Android Auto. The E-Class Coupe also comes with live traffic information and concierge service. The latter is exclusively available on E-Class models and includes a host of personalized assistance options, from making a restaurant reservation to obtaining tips about tourist routes, information on cultural and sporting events to sending navigation destinations directly to the vehicle via smartphone. The AC vents on the dashboard have a sportier design. Moving over to features that make it stand out, the AC vents on the dashboard have a sportier design, while buyers have access to 2 exclusive light wood trim packages in either open pore or high gloss finishes. These are paired with precisely executed seams on the seats for each equipment line. Speaking of which, the AMG line includes more color choices and strong two-tone contrasts of the leather appointments in black and classic red and black and white. What's more, the E-Class Coupe's interior can be had in yacht blue and macchiato beige, a combination that lends the vehicle a cool, exclusive look. Finally, thanks to the longer and wider chassis, the passengers will enjoy extra spaciousness and comfort. Although it has yet to reveal precise figures, Mercedes-Benz says that the new coupe comes with more rear legroom, front and rear shoulder room, as well as rear headroom. The competition. Until the new model arrives, the 6 Series remains a dated option technology-wise. Inside, the gap between the new E-Class and the fairly old 6 Series isn't as evident as on the outside. Although it hasn't received many updates in its first 6 years on the market, the Bimmer's cabin looks somewhat fresh and the massive amount of wood on the dashboard and center console, as well as the vertically oriented styling cues give it a classy feel. But while it can stand up to the E-Class, the 6 Series falls behind in at least 2 departments. First, the rear seats aren't exactly comfortable, especially if you're taller than the norm. The last time I tested the M6, I also spent some time in the rear seat, and it wasn't the best place to be for more than a few minutes. While shoulder room is decent, legroom is very limited and headroom can be a problem if you stretch out. And I'm not exactly very tall at 5'11". Second, compared to the E-Class, the 6 Series seems poorly equipped. Sure, it comes with a long list of standard features that include the usual automatic AC, BMW connected drive services, cruise control, leather upholstery, navigation, heated front seats, but you won't get the state-of-the-art tech available with the latest E-Class. Again, this will change when the new 6 Series arrives with the features that debuted in the redesigned 7 Series, but until then the Bavarian Coupe remains a dated option technology-wise. And this is an even bigger problem given that the 6 Series is significantly more expensive. Drivetrain. Not surprisingly, the E-Class Coupe will arrive in dealerships with the same drivetrains as the sedan. However, there will be significant differences on the US market. While the four-door was launched in E300 trim with a 2.0-liter four-cylinder rated at 241 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque, the coupe will cross the pond in E400 configuration with a larger engine under the hood. Specifically, the two-door will hit the streets with the 3.0-liter V6 that cranks out 329 horsepower and 354 pound-feet of twist. Both rear-wheel drive and 4MODIC models will be offered, while the 9G-tronic 9-speed automatic transmission will be standard, with no option for a manual. The RWD Coupe will hit 60 miles per hour in 5.2 seconds, while the AWD model will reach the same benchmark in 5.5 clicks. Top speed is electronically limited to 130 miles per hour for both drivetrains. There's no word as to whether an E300 version will be offered in the future, but I wouldn't be surprised for Mercedes-Benz to keep the US lineup restricted to V6 models. The coupe will cross the pond in E400 configuration with the larger, V6 engine under the hood. In Europe, the two-door will be launched with 3 gasoline engines and a diesel option. The gasoline range will begin with the E200, which uses a 2.0-liter four-cylinder good for 184 PS and 300 Nm of torque, 181 horsepower and 220 pound-feet. Next up will be the E300, which uses the same engine, but massaged to deliver 245 PS and 370 Nm, 242 horsepower and 270 pound-feet. Finally, the E400 will arrive in the same configuration as the US model. As far as diesel models go, only the E220D will be made available from the very beginning. Powered by a new 2.0-liter four-cylinder rated at 194 PS and 400 Nm, 191 horsepower and 300 pound-feet, this version will return a fuel consumption of only 4 liters per 100 kilometers on the NEDC cycle. Later on, Mercedes-Benz will also launch the 150 horsepower E200D, the 254 horsepower E350D, as well as E43 AMG and E63 AMG versions. An E350e hybrid model is also on the table. Competing performance. Another factor that plays against the 6 Series is curb weight. Unlike the E-Class Coupe, the 6 Series is limited to just 3 engines, not including the beefed-up M6 of course. The base unit is a 3.0-liter inline-6 that injects 315 horsepower and 332 pound-feet of torque in the 640i. This version needs 5.4 seconds to hit 60 miles per hour, which makes it a tad slower than the E400 Coupe. Moving up the lineup, the 650i uses a 4.4-liter V8 rated at 443 horses and 479 pound-feet. With this drivetrain, the 6 Series hits 60 miles per hour in 4.6 seconds and tops out at 135 miles per hour, with both figures superior to the E400. This will change when Mercedes-Benz launches the E550 Coupe. When it comes to diesels, there's just one option, in the form of a 3.0-liter inline-6. This unit generates 308 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque, and it's not available in the US. The 6 Series will get new engine with the redesign, including a 2.0-liter four-cylinder, but until then customers are limited to these options, which are 5 years old at best. Another factor that plays against the 6 Series is curb weight. The BMW tips the scales between 3,825 and 4,530 pounds depending on model, while the E-Class comes in at less than 4,000 pounds in its heaviest iteration. Suspension. Just like the sedan, the new E-Class Coupe rides on a steel spring suspension as standard. However, Mercedes-Benz offers 2 direct control system options with selective damping, dubbed Comfort and Sport. The two-door also gets the air body control suspension, a multi-chamber air suspension that controls how firmly the suspension reacts to the road. The first such option in this segment, the air body control features all-around self-leveling for improved comfort, and its ground clearance can be increased at the push of a button. 4 modes are available for this system: Comfort, Eco, Sport, and Sport Plus. A continuously operating, electronically controlled damping adjustment system automatically adapts the damping on each individual wheel to the driving situation and road conditions. Drivers can basically experience everything from excellent ride comfort to outstanding driving dynamics. As of early 2017, the E-Class Coupe has the most advanced chassis and suspension system in its class. Safety. Among the many things a Mercedes-Benz is known for, is outstanding safety. The E-Class Coupe is no exception from this rule and comes packed with airbags all over the place, as well as numerous driver assistance systems. Arguably the most impressive feature is the Drive Pilot, which enables the E-Class to follow the car in front at speeds of up to 130 miles per hour. The system uses automatic braking and accelerating, as well as the steering pilot to handle moderate bends. There's also a speed limit pilot function that can automatically adjust the car's speed according to road speed limits detected by a camera on board. These features are part of the optional Driver Assistance Package Plus. Other driver assistance systems include Active Brake Assist, Attention Assist, and Remote Parking Pilot. The latter allows the vehicle to be moved into and out of garages and parking spaces remotely using a smartphone app. Needless to say, the E-Class Coupe is the safest midsize you can buy for the 2018 model year. Prices. Pricing information is not yet available, but given that the current E400 Coupe retails from $54,550, the next generation model should fetch around $59,000 before options. Expect to pay at least $62,000 for the 4MATIC version. Competing prices. Although the E-Class Coupe might seem expensive at first glance, it's actually very affordable compared to the current 6 Series. In the US, the base 640i retails from $77,600, a whopping $20,000 premium over what I'm expecting the E400 Coupe to fetch. Add X-Drive AWD and the sticker increases to $80,600. If you opt for the V8-powered 650i model, pricing jumps to $89,000 with rear-wheel drive, and a whopping $92,000 with X-Drive. Ouch! Are there any other alternatives? If we're looking strictly in this niche, there aren't any other mainstream options to consider, but I can think of a few alternatives that are pretty close. Aston Martin DB11. Aston Martin's replacement for the DB9 is the first that comes to mind. Although slightly smaller than the E-Class Coupe and significantly more expensive, the DB11 has what it takes to compete in this niche. It's sporty, stylish, it has a luxurious interior packed with the latest technology, and a powerful engine under the hood. Actually, it delivers more than the non-AMG E-Class can handle drivetrain-wise, being fitted with a twin-turbo, 5.2-liter V12 rated at no less than 600 horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque. Needing only 3.9 seconds to hit 60 miles per hour from a standing start, it's quicker than any E-Class out there save for the AMG-badged models. Its 200 mph top speed is also far superior to anything Mercedes-Benz and BMW can deliver in this segment. On the flip side, it's also a lot more expensive, fetching $211,995 before options. Learn more about the Aston Martin DB11 here. Audi A7. Granted, the A7 has 2 extra doors and lacks the appeal of an actual Grand Tourer, but it's basically a GT with more room in the rear and a longer roof. Every time I see an A7 I say to myself that Audi should have built a 2-door instead, but this approach somehow works better for the German manufacturer. Although it's not as sporty as a GT as far as looks go, the A7 is definitely an elegant car you can take to any fancy event. Its cabin isn't as fresh, but all the modern technology is in there, while the engine lineup is as diverse as it gets. In the US, the A7 is offered with a supercharged 3.0-liter V6 rated at 310 horsepower and 325 pound-feet, but drivers in need of more power can go with the S7 or 7 rupees. Both use a twin-turbo, 4.0-liter V8, but while the former comes with 420 horses and 406 pound-feet on tap, the latter cranks out 560 horsepower and 516 pound-feet. In Europe, there are 3 versions of the 3.0-liter TDI diesel available, with output ranging from 204 horsepower and 295 pound-feet to 313 horses and 479 pound-feet. US pricing starts from $68,800, but the 7 rupees will get you into $110,000 territory before options. Find out more about the Audi A7 here. Conclusion. Having already seen the E-Class sedan and how Mercedes-Benz made the C-Class Coupe a shrunken S-Class coupe, I wasn't really expecting the E-Class Coupe to blow me away. But that's not to say I'm not impressed. While the company's new sedans are very similar and somewhat lifeless in their same sausage different lengths styling language, the E-Class stands out thanks to its distinct character lines. This is also available for the coupe, which is instantly recognizable alongside the two-door C and S-Class. I'm not on the market for a Merc, but if I were, I'd definitely go with the E-Class Coupe. It's not as big as the S-Class and it's not as cramped as the C-Class for rear seat passengers. It's just right. What's more, it's the only vehicle of the three to feature the company's latest technology. Naturally, this will change once the C and S-Class get their facelifts, but if you need a new car as quick as possible, the E-Class Coupe is your best bet. If you're not into Merc, I would advise you stay away from the BMW 6 Series until the next generation model arrives. Love it. New E-Class Coupe. Same sexy front end of the E-Class sedan, lighter and sportier than its predecessor. Leave it only one engine in the US at launch, looks nearly identical to the C-Class and S-Class Coupe's. Updated history. Updated May 18, 2016, our spy photographers caught the upcoming E-Class Coupe out for a new testing session. This time the luxury coupe started to drop camouflage and it reveals its interior. Updated January 20, 2016, based on the recently launched Mercedes E-Class, we decided to create a rendering for the upcoming E63 AMG Coupe. We hope you like it. Spy shots. May 18, 2016, Mercedes E-Class Coupe reveals its interior. February 1, 2016, Mercedes E-Class Coupe testing in Sweden. December 8, 2015, first testing session.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.